Hello and welcome to Roving Report, a program that looks at the Northeast in all its dimension and brings you the changing mood and tenor of the region in all its colors. I'm your host Lumpin Visham, and the highlights of today's program are: Base Barwa Committee for Northeast People holds meetings at major cities across the country. Farmers in Manipur get training in sericulture to boost silk production. GNLA Vice Chairman arrested in Bangalore city. And Manipur's rich cultural heritage showcased on ramp. The Base Barwa Committee that was constituted to look into the welfare of Northeast people recently visited Bangalore, Kolkata and Chennai to interact with the Northeast people and take stock of their problems. We have a report.
Members of the Base Barwa Committee recently visited Bangalore, Kolkata and Chennai to hold meetings with representatives of the Northeast community in a process to look at their concerns. Headed by MP Bes Barua, a retired IAS officer, the committee was constituted by the centre to examine various concerns of the people from Northeast living in different parts of the country. The committee, mandated to suggest suitable remedial measures, is in the final process of talking to all the stakeholders to take their view. It will submit an interim report to the government on July 7th.
We are going to ask the state government to institute Northeast-related cells at the police station levels as well as at the police headquarters, so that no such case will go unnoticed or unheard of. And also, we are going to request the government to designate senior level police officer of the rank of IGP or additional DGP to handle all such Northeast related cases.
I think it's a good start that the government has taken, and I think it is quite encouraging and very positive, and I personally am very hopeful that this will lead to some helpful steps. But I think like one of the leaders there said, it takes two hands to clap, no? So I think both the Northeast community and the government, I think, will have to work together very proactively.
The members of the committee earlier met the Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar in New Delhi. The minister laid stress on greater integration of the Northeast with the rest of the country through telecom, digital, radio and TV connectivity. The discussions in the meeting included recommendations for promoting Northeast as a filming destination and featuring films from the Northeast in various film festivals.
The primary objective is to create connectivity physically and in mindset of the Northeast with the other areas of the country, sensitize people of the metropolitan cities, particularly people who are at the lower middle class and middle class, with whom our people come into contact, to sensitize them about the rich culture of Northeast and the difference that Northeast has in ethnicity and physical looks, which should not stand on the way of integration of the Northeast to the rest of India.
The committee had recently met Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Kiran Rijiju and apprised him of the progress. The government is serious about providing a safe and better atmosphere to the people from northeastern states living in metro cities across the country.
We now take you to Jorhat in Assam, where women are increasingly learning martial arts to equip themselves with self-defense skills.
13-year-old Preeti Sarkar has been learning karate since January this year. She aims to become a police officer. Her parents are supportive of her martial arts training, as it not only helps Preeti remain physically fit but is also important for self-defense.
নিজৰ আত্মৰক্ষাৰ কাৰণে মাৰ্শাল আৰ্ট শিকিছোঁ আৰু মই যাতে আন নাৰীৰ সহায় কৰিব পাৰোঁ এইটো মোৰ আশা আছে সেইকাৰণে মই মাৰ্শাল আৰ্ট শিকি আছোঁ
With an increase in various crimes against women, a large number of women in the region are taking interest in learning martial arts. Ananya Nyog, a black belt holder in karate, works as an instructor in Jorhat. She has witnessed a rise in the number of students approaching her for training. She currently trains 50 to 60 girls.
আজিকালি সেলফ ডিফেন্স বহুত দৰকাৰ আৰু আজিকালি ছোৱালীবোৰে বহুত ৰাতিলৈকে কাম কৰে ৰাতিত বহুত দেৰিলৈকে আহিব লাগে তাহাঁতৰ ঘৰলৈ সেইকাৰণে সেলফ ডিফেন্সটো বহুত দৰকাৰ তাহাঁতৰ কাৰণে সেইকাৰণে তাহাঁতি শিকিব আহে আৰু আজিকালি এনেই স্পৰ্টছ বুলিও কাৰাটে বহুত ভাল
The police also encourage women across the country to learn self-defense techniques.
Let us now take a look at some of the events that made news in the Northeast recently.
The Northeast community residing in Delhi recently felicitated the newly elected members of parliament from the region at the Wish for Yuva Kendra. Organized under the banner of the Northeast Community Delhi, the felicitation event witnessed various musical performances. Union Minister of State for Home Affairs Kiran Rijiju addressed the function along with PA Sangma and nephew Rio. The 10th Governors Cup State-Level Fencing Championship was recently organized by the Manipur Fencing Association at the Kuman Lampak Stadium in Imphal. Around 245 fencers from 30 teams, including 149 boys and 96 girls, participated in the 5-day-long event. The annual event aims to provide a greater exposure to the fencers in the state. The 7-day-long 3rd state-level Watermelon Festival was recently held at the campus of Ibu Yaima Shumang Leela Shanglen. The festival was organized by the Nahakpum Foundation for Development under the initiative of MIDH, Department of Horticulture. Altogether, 16 stalls were put up at the venue. Such festivals aim to bridge the gap between farmers and consumers, besides encouraging farmers to take up watermelon cultivation. Residents of Moirongkom, Soigoijam, Leikai staged a sit-in protest to condemn the recent bomb blast in the area that had injured 2 people. The protest was organized by the Yai School Women Association. The locals appealed the militant outfits not to carry out any more such attacks in the future. The IED had exploded on June 14th at a laundry shop run by a non-local at Moirongkom, Soigoijam, Leikai. A hardcore cadre of the NDFPS, Bilai Jam, was recently killed in an encounter by a joint team of the army and police in Kokrajhar district of Assam. According to the police, the team fired on 3 NDFPS cadres who were on motorcycles. While one of them was killed, the other 2 got injured but managed to escape. The team also recovered cache of arms and ammunition from the slain insurgent.
In a major breakthrough, the Bangalore and Meghalaya police carried out a combined operation and arrested Rafiush Sangma, the vice chairman of the Garo National Liberation Army from Bangalore city. We have a report.
The self-styled vice chairman of outlawed Garo National Liberation Army, Rafiush C.H. Sangma, was arrested from his residence in Bangalore in a joint operation by Meghalaya and Bangalore police. Rafish was hiding in Bangalore for the last 3 months and had been receiving money through bank transfers and leading a luxurious life.
The Meghalaya police officers were in touch with us for a long time, and we were all assisting them and we were sharing the information. So a team from Meghalaya led by one DSP had arrived to Bangalore, and we assisted them by sending the inspectors and staff of Kormangla and Madiwala police stations, and they were able to arrest him yesterday in Chandapur village on the outskirts of the Bangalore city. He has been produced before the Anekal Jurisdictional Court.
Sangma is the second top-ranking GNLA leader to come under the police net. In July 2012, GNLA chairman Champion Sangma was arrested near the Indo-Bangladesh border in Meghalaya. He is in jail. The banned Garo National Liberation Army is based in North Garo Hills of Meghalaya and has been involved in several acts of violence in both Meghalaya and Assam. The government is stressing on strengthening the state's police force to tackle the rising menace of the Garo insurgents.
The Northeast region is one of the leading producers of silk in the country. In order to encourage the farmers to take up sericulture and give a boost to silk production, a training program was recently organized at Kuman Lampak in Imphal.
To give a boost to quality silk production, a 5-day-long beneficiary empowerment training program was recently organized by the Research Extension Center of Central Silk Board at Kuman Lampak in Imphal. The participants were given theoretical training followed by field exposure visits to Changengi and Mantripokri. Under the program, 8 batches comprising of 20 participants each will be given training in Ukhrul and Churachandpur districts this year. The organizers aim to enhance the silk production from 1.5 metric tons to 14 metric tons in both the districts.
ꯑꯩꯅ ꯁꯤ ꯊꯕꯛꯁꯤ ꯄꯥꯏꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯈꯪꯒꯅꯤ ꯁꯤ ꯊꯕꯛꯁꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯇꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯔꯤꯖꯜꯠ ꯁꯤ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯊꯣꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤ.
Manipur has been the largest producer of oak tasar silk in the country and second largest silk producing state in the Northeast region. The state has got approval of the Central Silk Board for implementation of cluster promotion program for the production of bivoltine silk in the state. The introduction of sericulture activities under Japan-funded Manipur Sericulture Project Phase 1 has produced considerable revenue.
Considering the climatic conditions of Manipur and particularly in Ukhrul district, it is very much suitable to mulberry bivolatile silk this one production, and this is one of the leading district of Manipur, and we are expecting very good cocoons and very good silk production from this cluster, mainly Ukhrul.
The growth of silk industry in the state has opened new avenues for the unemployed youth to earn a livelihood.
Moving on, the northeastern states have been witnessing a rapid growth in rural and urban areas, especially with the implementation of several government-run schemes. Let's focus on the changing scenario in the region with our segment Ripples. Development work has gained momentum in rural areas of Tripura, where people have access to better facilities. This week, we take you to Anandanagar village in West Tripura district, where this change is clearly visible.
Situated under the foothills of Baramura Hills, Anandanagar village is mostly inhabited by tribals. Once a hotbed for militants, the village was least developed with no pakka roads, education and health facilities. The things are no longer the same. With the decline in militant activities in recent years, the village has seen rapid development. The road infrastructure has also improved with the implementation of various government-run schemes.
অনেক বছর আগে তো এখানে রাস্তাঘাট থাকতো না, তারপরে পিজের রাস্তা থাকতো না, আর কি এমনি ইটচলিং আসিল, এর মধ্যে পুল টুল আসিল না, পুল কাঠের পুল আসিল, এখন তো ফাঁকা ব্রিজের পুল হয়েছে, হয়েছে পরে আমরা লাগে সুবিধা হয়েছে। আগে ধরুন না এখান থেকে লোক নেওয়া হইলে গাড়ি দিয়ে নেওয়া যেত না, রুগী টুগী নিলে এমনি কাণ্ড করে নেওয়ার লাগছে জুলনা টুলনা দিয়ে ঝুলাইলো নেওয়ার লাগছে এরপর বাজারে গিয়া সাইরা এরপর গাড়ি পাইতো
The village has access to regular supply of electricity and children can study at nights, watch television and do other household chores. With support from various projects like Integrated Tribal Development Project under the Tribal Development Fund provided by NABARD or the Forest Right Act, which has provided them with land, the villagers are growing various crops. The villagers who were earlier engaged in traditional farming have taken up progressive farming like horticulture and pig rearing.
বাগান এখন আপাতত তারা ওই রিসার্চের জন্য 40টা কলা গাছ মোটামুটি 40টা কলা গাছ দিছে 20টা চারা আম রূপালি দিলা ওই কিছুটা পেঁপে গাছ তাছও দিল তারা দিয়া পরে কই তারা জঙ্গল হইলে পরে তারা 1-2 দিন লেবার ওই জঙ্গল টংলা পরিষ্কার করেন বেড়া বাঁধেন এতে কিছু লেবারের দাম মজুরি দিব আমরা এইভাবে করে আমরা ওই 1 দিন 2 দিন লেবারের মজুরি পাই আর এখন ধরুন ওই বর্তমান গাছ লাগার 3 মাস 4 মাস যাবা চলে এখন পর্যন্ত আমরা কলার সরি বাইর হই
The classrooms in the village that once used to be empty have full attendance. Under the centre's Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan scheme, the school infrastructure has been upgraded and students get free midday meal, books and stationery.
Juta dress, এটা ব্যাগ সব দিছে খাওয়ান দিছে আমি আসে ভালো লাগছে
The village now also has a healthcare facility where they get free treatment and medicines.
Hospital no banai hospital no kahamta bitirok maganang mano abono kaham sene borok gorib manush maganang make belekin chao.
The transformation in Tripura's Anandanagar village has been possible with the decline in militancy. Other villages in the northeast can also reap the dividend by rejecting violence.
Manipur has its unique traditional attires, weapons and tools used for various purposes. Recently, a fashion extravaganza was organized in Imphal to showcase the history and rich cultural heritage of the state. Take a look.
Dressed in traditional Manipuri dress, models sashayed down the ramp in Imphal. The event was organized at Iboyima Sumang Lila Shanglen under the banner Sagunarakpa Natki Saktam. Altogether, 28 models from Manipur were invited to give the show an ethnic look. The show aimed at highlighting the uniqueness of the region with special focus on traditional tools.
yamna casual den altana mogi timje thammi adu aina haibadi matam legi bita akhoi ahalamana cinema khulai sing se kawo phatte ningsang gadabani adu hajik akhoi gi state sidana tra atop state mayam da akhoi gi manipur da leiba praja mayam sina sumba pochi senior mi designer khudimana si je any state sinna bigadabani upi gadabani mayam da khan balse sine aina khan abida mokene si scenery baje.
During the show, young Manipuri artists enthralled the audience by performing Maibi Jagoi, a traditional Manipuri dance. The models highlighted the traditional dresses and various tools like Poon, Shuk, Yangkok, Arambai, Xinjiang, Popu Langlong, Tumok, Lang and Lei Pulang.
I'm very lucky to participate in this kind of fashion show which portrays our Manipur's highly cultural and tradition as like in a sort of like defining our Manipur which like we model we portray differently using all those types of like what to say in our Manipur we use like polang or.
People in Manipur only think that fashion is only just for entertainment, but this type of show will prove that we also contribute something to the society by showcasing our beautiful traditional attire of different communities.
Many talented fashion designers from the Northeast are working in cities across the country and abroad. They can contribute in a large way to promote the rich cultural heritage of the region through fashion.
With that, we've come to the end of this episode of Roving Report. I'm your host, Lumpim, signing off. Do send in your feedback and suggestions to roving@anin.com. Goodbye and see you next week.